Je sais pas, ça nique ma tête.
Qu'on est back, man. C'est quand la dernière fois qu'on a fait un podcast, man?
Yo, c'est en avril, en fait, la dernière.
En avril?
Yeah.
Pour de vrai?
En avril, je te jure.
Comme avant ma fête, genre?
Non, toi, c'est 4 avril. On a fait, genre...
La dernière fois que t'as posté quelque chose, c'était le 2 mai.
Non, c'est ça que j'ai posté sur IG.
Ouais.
Mais ça, c'est ça, le 2 mai. L'épisode dernier, c'était... Non, c'est pas le 2 mai, la dernière fois que j'ai posté.
Juillet, juin. OK, il fait 3 mois.
3 mois. Ça passe couille.
Avoue que tout le monde a pensé qu'on a
Tu m'entends-tu bien quand je parle?
Ouais. Avoue que tout le monde pensait qu'on avait quit, mais ils réalisent pas qu'on est des estis de fucking no quit. Là.
Il fallait juste
Juste pris une pause,
re-establish some shit, là, bro. Il y avait des shit à remettre straight, là.
On a juste pris une pause, là, man. Je sais pas qu'est-ce que tu pensais, là.
Bro,
On a jamais abandonné, là.
Michael Jordan a pris une pause de 2 ans à MLB, bro.
C'est ça, nous, on fait juste notre comeback, là.
On fait notre baby special
On
comeback.
fait notre Michael Jordan comeback, là.
I'm going to say it in English just in case people watching. There's a fact that I saw that 90% of people who do podcasts, they don't do more than 10 episodes.
Okay.
And this is my 11th. Probably yours 12 or 13th. Yours. Because we did episodes where I was with Parsa.
Yeah.
And you were with Jay. I'm Colin. And
Yeah.
who else did you? Oh, you're...
With Joey.
Joey, yeah. And 99% of people who do podcasts don't do more than 20 episodes.
But now 99% of people have podcasts. Everyone and their mother has podcasts.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Holy fuck.
A lot of people have podcasts, right?
Man, there's a... Like, I was watching on YouTube, there was like 100 different podcasts that people just talking about jiu-jitsu. There's 100 different podcasts of people just talking about soccer. There's a million podcasts now.
Podcasts about everything, man.
Yeah.
What would you like to talk about the most? Like in everything, just podcasts. Because we talked about everything mostly.
I don't know, man. You had subjects for us today.
No, for today, yeah, that was different. But I mean, for like the future.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you just need to do what you like doing, and like you're gonna find your niche one while doing it, because it's hard to know when you do something for the first time where it's gonna go and where you're gonna do.
And also, I did 10 episodes. Probably you the same. But I feel like the first 10 episodes are still, just like you said once, they're like introductory in a way. You try to find yourself. Even now.
Now, I still feel.
I would like to talk about things that interest me, right? So
Yeah.
if my everyday life I see something or I hear something or a subject on internet I see and I find it interesting, I'd like mostly.
That's what you have to do, man.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. You talk about stuff that you like talking about.
Okay, yeah. So like I said, we watched Oppenheimer recently.
Yeah.
First thoughts on the movie.
It's a movie where there's a lot of dialogue, where people talk a lot, and it's a very like political, makes you kind of think movie. There's less action than what I thought, but at the end of the day, like people say that it's a masterpiece. I wouldn't say. I don't know. It's like it's very good in a way, and in some ways, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
You wouldn't say it's a masterpiece?
But I would say like in a certain way it is, because like the way it's filmed, like I look at it like an art. Like the music is good, like the way that it's filmed, it's good. Like the actors, the way they act, that it's good. Even the story is good, but like it was a little bit like I wasn't like on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really the movie was more information, and behind the scenes. Because, I mean, I knew who Oppenheimer was and Truman, because when I went to Key West, there was this little White House, Truman White House. So that's why I learned about, the atomic bomb and everything. But what happened behind that, he was prosecuted, that he was a communist, that I didn't know. So it was really interesting. But a rating out of 10 for the movie.
Like, I would say like 8.5.
8.5 out of 10 for Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I wouldn't say 10, because like 10 for me is like...
No, but imagine if a rating out of 10 is impossible, because 10 is perfect, so it's impossible.
No, I know, but like I have a couple of movies like Casino for me is like a 10 out of 10. Like Goodfellas for me is like
Martin Scorsese.
It's
movies.
like such a good movie, and there's like The Dark Knight Rises with Batman and Heath Ledger as Joker. That for me is 10 out of 10. Like that for me is such a fucking great movie.
That's also a Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah.
Shout out Christopher Nolan.
Inception for me is like almost like it's a 9.8 out of 10 for me. Like, but Oppenheimer was like 8.5. Like I thought it was gonna be a little bit more like, I don't know. I thought it was gonna be more on the edge of my seat, but it was more like it was a good movie, but it wasn't like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, also, especially if you know a bit more than we knew about the history, then you're less on the edge of your seat, right? Because, I mean, it's not a fiction movie. It's a real life based on real story. So in a way, you know where it's going. If you already know the story, I knew a little bit. So I mean, I learned a lot from the movie, of course. But like, it's not better than Inception, that's for sure. It's not better than Interstellar.
No, Interstellar was very good also.
Is it better than Tenet?
Yeah, Tenet wasn't
Yeah,
good.
it's better than Tenet.
Tenet wasn't good.
No, I mean, it wasn't bad.
I didn't like it that much.
You didn't like it?
No. It was weird towards the end. It was getting in weird
too,
fucking
it was
places.
too mind fucked.
Yeah.
It mind fucked you way too much, bro. Did you understand enough?
Me, the whole time, like, you know, sometimes you watch a movie and you're like, you overthink it.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Yeah, many times.
And you're like, okay, like, it's a little bit fucked up, but I think there's gonna be like a fucked up ending. And the whole time I'm like, okay, there's gonna be a crazy finale. And at the end, there's not a crazy finale. And I'm like,
On Oppenheimer or Tenet?
No, in Tenet.
Tenet,
And then I'm
yeah.
like, I overthinked it because the whole time I was like, okay, there's a grander scheme
Yeah,
that I
because-
can't see right now. But it wasn't never.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I think Tenet, like Interstellar and Inception, like it is like Nolan abused a little bit, yeah. But at the end, you get it. You understand everything 100%. Like you understand Inception, a dream inside a dream inside
Yeah,
a dream.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Interstellar, the same. Yeah, he wants another planet, but time changes everything.
Yeah.
But Tenet, I felt like at the end, I still didn't
Understand.
100% truly understand it. Like, did he go back in time? Does it? You know what I? I think that
it wasn't his
was
best
a bit
one.
too much.
It wasn't his best
Yeah.
one.
Well, it was. I mean, it's better than a lot of fucking movies recently, especially recently. Man, movies are fucking awful
Disgusting.
recently. That's why Oppenheimer was fucking.
It's refreshing.
It's refreshing as fuck. Never watched Barbie. Didn't watch Barbie yet. I don't think. I don't know if I'll watch it.
Seems that it's good.
But yeah, so altogether, Oppenheimer, I really liked it. Now it's not on the level of like I said, Inception or Interstellar. It's not on the level of Casino or Goodfellas or all those The Departed.
Or
and
even
all those.
Shutter Island. The
Shutter-
Departed. The Departed
The-
for me is 10 out of 10.
That's a fucking good movie. The
Yeah.
Departed. You know how many times I
Yeah,
fucking watched it?
we watched it.
Amazing movie.
Yeah.
Shutter Island.
Yeah, Shutter Island is a 10 out of 10 also.
If there's someone out there who tells me that they knew the ending of Shutter Island before it was told, they're fucking lying.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. It's such a masterpiece, Shutter Island. It's
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's a
Who
fucking
would
great
have thought?
movie.
You know, every time you watch a thriller movie, like that, you try to guess, oh no, who's the killer? What happened? Like when you watch a movie Seven with Brad Pitt and
Yeah,
Morgan
yeah,
Freeman,
yeah.
you're trying to guess, oh, is it him? Shutter Island, there's not a single soul on planet Earth that guessed it. It's impossible, bro.
But at the end, then when you see that it was Leonardo DiCaprio the whole time, then you can piece
Spoiler alert, just if anyone.
it. Yeah. Then you can piece it. But okay, the movie's been out for 13
No, I know,
years.
but
Fuck
some
it.
people never watch it.
No, I know, but yeah, no, it's and when you watch it a second time, then you're like, okay, no, it made sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's a very big mind fuck, but a mind fuck that makes sense and is logical.
Yeah.
I mean, right? It's logical the entire time. It's not like, oh, well, how is this possible if this happened? There's no that. There's none of that in
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island.
No, it's a great movie.
Yeah, well, Martin Scorsese really is the GOAT, huh?
Yeah. He has a new movie coming out in November.
Flower of the Suns with DiCaprio and
Yeah.
De Niro.
Right, the rising of the flower moon, something
That's
like
something
that.
with the Native Americans in
It's
America
like,
with oil, gas,
It's like so Indians, they have a lot of like
oil.
reserves.
Yeah.
But they have like land with
Yeah, of
reserves. And one family, they had the land, and on the land there was like a shit ton of oil. So the Indian family became very rich off that oil because it was like now
exploited
Saudi
it.
Arabians, they're
Yeah.
how rich they are. So, and then like a couple of Americans, like it wasn't never, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure, it was never officially confirmed, but it seems that like a couple of Americans and FBI, that's how the FBI was founded. Like they killed them like secretly.
The Indians.
Yeah, the Americans killed the Indians secretly,
yeah.
but they made it look like accidents and secrets. So everyone was like,
Really?
"What the fuck is happening?"
Okay,
Like,
so there's conspiracy theories regarding.
but I think it's real. I think now they know that
Yeah.
the FBI and a couple of Americans colluded like to kill them to
Well,
get the
it
oil.
makes sense, bro. Oil, especially in the 1800s, where law was more like a jungle, the America than it is now.
But at that time, they made it look like it was accidents.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I only watched the trailer, and I know that that's the story that Indians had territory, and they didn't want to sell it to white people, to white
Yeah,
Americans.
so they killed them.
So no, but the Indians kept it and made a lot of money of oil. So yeah, I know that's the point of the movie. It's also, I know there's a story in Florida, a real story with Indians also, that at the time when gambling was illegal in the United States of America. Well, Indian people who had their reserves, they said, well, we'll make it legal in our territory because they decide what happens in their territory, right?
Yeah.
The American government
Yeah, yeah.
or Canadian government, they have no say in what they do.
Yeah.
So they made it legal and they became fucking rich. I'm not sure which like organization of Indians it was, Cree or whatever, but they were in Florida and they got fucking rich. They got so rich that once the U.S. government, they told them, you know what, stop that because it's illegal. Shut down your thing and we'll pay every single Indian in your reserve. It was like $10,000 every day just for you guys to keep it, to stop. They said no. We make way more money by keeping gambling legal because all these Americans are coming to our reserves to gamble. It's crazy, huh?
Good for them. They got fucked by us, so they let them
Well,
do whatever
not
they
by
fucked.
us, but yeah.
No, but they got
Yeah,
fucked.
they got. It's sad, man. What happened to the Indians?
Yeah, so yeah, at least given that, but even that, like in those reserves, is not the best thing, man.
Yeah,
but,
I know, especially in Canada, man. I met a couple of them because you know the fires in Quebec recently, northern Quebec. So where I work at Mardi Gras, Wednesday, two Native Americans, Indians, they came to my board 1820, 1819, I mean. And they started talking and they told me, oh, we're from a Indian reserve up north in Quebec, but we're here now because of the fires and there was too many fog in our cities. So I started, I'm curious, started asking them questions. How is it over there? What's the population? Blah, blah. So they're 5,000 and every day bar fights. Police from south, down south, they call it, from Montreal, SQ, Sûreté de Québec. Every day they must come to their reserve because there's a fight. People at the bar, they told me a lot of drinking, a lot of baby mamas. They told me a lot of baby mamas. Everyone in between each other having kids, father not staying, of course. And also he told me he was drunk. He's like, I have a kid on the way. When I had a one night with a girl, and now she told me she's pregnant. So yeah, but
that's unfortunate for them.
So yeah, to get back at Oppenheimer. So when Oppenheimer created he was the first guy to create the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Then he said, what did he say? I am now father of destruction, something like that.
I am become dead, the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah. So it's crazy to think how.
Sorry.
No, don't worry. It's crazy to think how, now 9 countries have nuclear weapons. America, Russia, UK, France, Pakistan, India, Israel,
North Korea.
Did I say China? Yeah, in China. That's 9.
Okay.
In China, yeah.
Yeah.
Those 9 countries have. It's crazy how when you have nuclear weapons, you're almost untouchable.
But it's like, and I also checked the last time, and like, it's like we have enough nukes to blow up the whole world.
It's fucked up.
Like I think like Russia has like almost 6,000
They have
nuclear
the
warheads.
They have the most nuclear warheads.
They have.
You can go. I know.
Like 5,800, and the United States like 5,600. But it's just crazy. But I know in a way like it brings peace, but in a certain way like it you never know what can happen. I know like last time when the movie finished, like you said, oh, there will never be World War II. I'm like, man, let's just say there's a 0.1% chance. And who could have said before World War II that World War II would have happened? Nobody. But now, today, let's just say there's a 0.1% chance that it can happen. We're all dead. You never know.
Yeah, no, but
Let's
like
say
I
Putin
said,
dies and another guy comes in. Let's say Trump comes in or whatever. Who knows? Not now, but in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, who the fuck knows? Like, we have enough bombs to fucking kill everybody on the planet.
Well, like I said, like when we talked about after the movie, I think it's impossible.
You cannot
0%.
say impossible.
Oh, no, we think differently, but for me, it's impossible.
But how can you say zero? Nothing is 0%. Nothing is impossible. It could happen.
If you think like that, of course, nothing is impossible because they do exist, those arms, but...
But Andy,
don't
like
see it
I said,
happening.
let's say 0.1% chance.
No, I know. Yeah, maybe. Like you say, if nothing is impossible, then yeah, it's 0.000. That's how I see it. Because I think it's just impossible that it happens.
Oh, you never know.
Yeah. So like you said, yeah, you were right. Russia are close to 6,000. United States are second. They're second after Russia. And the United States are the only country in the world that have declining nuclear warheads. Russia are still more and more nuclear heads. But they did say that Russia, they said, will stop making more, will decline when America starts declining too. So that's what I mean. But they're always keeping each other in check because Russia.
So what's the point?
When
Like
you're a country-
where is it even?
Oh well,
5,800 nuclear warheads. We're like,
well, America. I know America. Like I said, 2,000 of American nuclear weapons out of the 6,000. Let's round it up to 6,000. 2,000 of them are ready to be deployed.
Andre, you just need, how much do you need to kill everybody in Russia?
No, but
20?
But what I'm trying to tell you is I'm trying to tell you where it is because you told
But
me
Andre,
where
but
it
what's
is.
the, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. What's the point of having that much?
We want to have more than Russia.
Okay, but what's the point? You only need 100 to kill everybody.
No.
They're way the bombs that they have now is way better than what we saw in Oppenheimer.
The strongest bomb now is 70 times stronger than the one in Hiroshima.
Okay. So how much do you? Why do you need 5,800?
But that's the reason you want to have more than the other.
But what's the point?
Because they can't
You
touch
still you need 100 each, and both countries are completely annihilated.
Okay, well,
What's the point of having the most? You already have enough.
am I the one making them?
No, I know, but I'm
telling
just
you.
talking for talking.
Yes, I'm telling you, there's a reason why they make them. Because when you're a country and have nuclear weapons, no one can touch you.
I know, but what's the point of having more than 100?
I don't know.
Give me 100, I can blow up the USA.
What's the point of having 8 Lamborghinis? But people want 8 Lamborghinis.
No, I know, but for
maybe
me,
it's
the
ego. Maybe it's maybe Russia. It's a pride thing. You know, maybe when Putin goes out and says, you know what, we have the most nuclear warheads. Maybe every Russian's like, wow.
But that's fucking
yeah,
stupid.
we're better than. Well, that's how humans are, right?
that for you is normal that we have that a country has 5,800 fucking
I'm
nuclear
not saying
bombs.
it's normal, but maybe if we're given all the information, we'd say, yeah, we need to have the most.
What's the point?
I don't know.
You have enough to fucking blow up the world.
They want to have the most.
I know, but there's no point. There's no point anymore. You need one per big city, and the city is destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So there isn't 5,800 big cities in the United States.
I know.
I know, but I just found it retarded that we're like, oh, we need more. Like you have enough to blow up the country.
Especially during the Cold War.
I know, but it's just
During
fucking
the Cold
stupid.
War, they had 60,000 nuclear heads. Now they have 15,000 in total. Every country.
It's still fucking stupid.
I know.
But we don't need that much.
That's why in the Middle East, Israel is the only country with nuclear warheads. That's why no one can touch Israel. No Arab country can touch Israel because they're the only country with nuclear warheads. You can't do nothing
It's
to
just
them.
crazy that we're there,
Yeah,
man.
of course it is crazy, but yeah. So like I said, 2,000 of the 6,000 that rounded up that America has, 2,000 of those are ready to be deployed any second the president says deploy them. And out of those, this is what's crazy. Look at this. So America has 10 submarines that hold nuclear weapons that are constantly moving around everywhere in the world. And those, listen to this, this is even fucked up. Those submarines, they never stop for oil because they're built in a way that they never stop. They just keep going. And on one of those submarines, okay, one nuclear weapon on one of those 10 American submarines is strong, is 80, what is it? It's 70 times stronger than all the bombs that were thrown during World War II, including the 2 atomic bombs.
But they only throw down
No,
two.
but including the missiles they sent. Every bomb that was thrown during World War II, every single bomb, Grenada, that counts.
Okay.
Missile from an airplane, that counts.
Okay.
Every single missile, the bomb, whatever, plus the 2 nuclear bombs thrown on Japan, that one on that constantly moving American submarine is 70 times stronger than all the bombs thrown
They have
during
10
World War II.
submarines that are constantly moving throughout the world, and they never stop even for gas. But how did they gas?
No, because they built in a way that I'm not. I think it's molecules or something. It's always moving, maybe with water or wind. Or I'm not sure.
And who lives in that? How do they eat? Or
Well,
it's no, it's
Americans.
it's a controlled.
No, it's the Americans probably they rotate, staff rotating and everything.
That's just too much, man.
10 of those Americans have 10 of those constantly moving, and one of those
Can
throw,
destroy Moscow.
can throw Moscow and many.
That's stupid.
Crazy, man.
That's too much,
It's
man.
crazy to think how
That's too much.
nuclear weapons are strong now, man.
It changed everything. I hope it will never be, because if there's nuclear war, we're all dead.
Well, that's why I'm saying it's impossible.
But I know, but you can never say impossible, man.
Yeah.
Like in the movie, you know, when he's going to drop the bomb, and Matt Damon is like, so you know, Oppenheimer is explaining to Matt Damon's character, you know, there's a chance that we explode the bomb, and that, like, you know, like, because it's like exploding the I don't fucking remember, like it's exploding the air, and
they
he's
were
like,
testing it. They weren't sure of it.
and he's like, yeah, before he dropped it, and he's like, there's a possibility that the explosions never stop and that we burn the whole planet, because they said there's a chance. And he's like, what's the chance? He's like, near zero. He's like, near zero?
Like, what do you want?
He's saying, can you see here? No, near. So even that, like, there's a near, but even that's too much. So he could have dropped the bomb, and the whole planet could have fucking exploded. But near zero is already too much. It's like the same now. What is the chances that there's nuclear war? Near zero. But that's already too much, because if there's nuclear war, we're all fucking dead.
Well, for me, yeah.
It's near zero.
If you think like that, of course,
It's near
fucked up.
zero.
Oh, yeah.
You never know,
and
man.
also how the bombs now are way stronger. You know, before when they dropped it on Hiroshima, it was very big and vast, but the payload delivery was way smaller than now. Now the strongest bomb is a B-83. What do you call it? B-83 gravity bomb. That's how they call it. And it's 80 times stronger than a bomb dropped on Hiroshima. And do you know why it's called? This is a bit funny. Do you know why you call it a gravity bomb?
Why?
Because when it's not guided,
It's not that funny, man.
because
just
it's not
fucking crazy.
guided, they call it gravity bomb because it's just a plane, and they let it fall, and like gravity decides how it will go. That's why you call it a gravity bomb.
Okay,
It's not guided. It's just fucked up. The strongest bomb, they're like, it's too strong. We can't guide it. We just have to drop it. It's fucked up.
Yeah, it blows and it blows the fucking.
Because you're too pessimistic right now. You think you're like scared that nothing's gonna happen.
No, but
bro.
I know, but it's
Believe
just
me,
when
nothing's gonna happen.
it's just when you think that. Why do we? It's crazy, man. We have enough bombs on this planet to destroy the planet. That's just crazy for me to think.
Well, it's normal also. Sure, of course, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but
And they're only gonna get better and better and
no,
stronger and
I
stronger.
know, but I know it's just I find it fucked up.
Like anything humans do, they're always gonna find a way to make it better. Cars, they want it
I
fast,
understand, but now we're talking
bombs.
about shit that can destroy the world. Okay.
Well, because how I think there's many more things that we should more worry about than nuclear war because it's so impossible. It's so close to not being possible that other things are way more.
I know,
scary
but it's
than
just
that.
like it's just a testament to how we humans are.
Yeah.
Like
Always been like that.
we're still acting like tribes in Africa. We're all like we're Americans, you guys are Russians, and we're stacking bombs, fucking big nuclear fucking warheads, more. We have enough to fucking blow up the whole fucking planet. Like we're not like humans. We're not that advanced as we think we are. I think we're a little bit fucking retarded.
Well, no,
like being this fucking egotistical and. Fucking, we're not fucking developed.
We're like that.
Like aliens must be around the planet and they're like, look at those fucking chimpanzees building bombs that can, like,
Well,
why
if
can't
there are aliens thinking
they're
like that.
they're like these guys are fucking chimpanzees with their nuclear bombs. They're acting like fucking idiots. Like we're acting like fucking idiots. Like in the grand scheme of things, I know that it's kind of normal that humans have always been in war and all, but can we evolve to a point that we don't need fucking a superpower to have 6,000 nuclear bombs so we can be at peace? Is there a way, like?
Maybe I think. If you watch, we're less and less primates, but it takes time.
Or we're still
humans,
acting like fucking.
Of course, humans right now. One of the reasons communism didn't work is because we're way too egotistical and pride. We want more and more. A billionaire. Why does he need that much money, right? Like Elon Musk. How much money does he have? Right, he could buy literally every car in the world. He could buy everything, but maybe the ego part of human, where it can literally kill someone.
No, but that's what I say. We're acting like fucking
Yeah,
like
that's how-
primates.
that's how
We're acting
humans
like
are.
primates, like with our bombs. And look, I have fucking more bombs than you. Fucking. It's
We're
almost
strong.
like that. It's almost like Putin and Biden are like, oh, who has the most bombs? Who has the longer
yeah.
dick? It's almost like that. It's the same thing. Fuck, it's so stupid. But now we're talking about okay.
Well, no, but,
I don't know what to say anymore about that. I just find it stupid.
Well, it is stupid, but it's so. How I see it, for me, it's so close to zero. Like if we take in count that impossible is impossible, if zero is impossible, for me, it's so close to zero that I don't really care about it.
No, I know.
That's why I don't. I just know that when a country gets a nuclear weapons, why they want it is because so they have more power than after. Like Pakistan wanted it because India has them. So now if Pakistan has it, India cannot fuck Pakistan as much as they want to.
I know, but is there another way that we can find peace instead of
hope
having bombs that fucking?
Yeah, I know. But they're all thinking about I gotta protect myself and my country. So
You remember the end of the movie?
how did it end?
It ends like in the beginning of the movie, like
Yeah.
15 minutes in.
Einstein.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
15 minutes in, like you see Oppenheimer and Einstein, they have a conversation. Einstein leaves, And then the Robert Downey comes and like Oppenheimer's like all fucking serious and everything. And even Einstein was like
Oh, yeah, I
sad.
remember. Yeah.
And then at the end, then you see what they talked about. And
Yeah,
it was like Einstein was like these guys,
Are
they
gonna
don't
fuck you over.
but they don't care about you. They just want you to create this shit so they can feel more powerful and everything. They don't care. They're gonna pretend to care about you. And then Oppenheimer looks at the little lake and he's like, I think I started a like chain reaction
That can never be stopped.
of actions that cannot be stopped. And I think I just, and he didn't even create the bomb. He just started the program and already then he was like, I think I started something that's gonna fucking like change the world.
Of
And
course,
when you think
changed
about
the
it,
role, that's sure.
I think in like a couple of 100 years, he's gonna be remembered as fucking like he might be the man that impacted the world the most by now.
History the most.
Like he fucking created a thing that can fucking destroy. Like he changed war more than any other guy in the history of the planet ever changed war and how like countries interact between each other because everyone is like fucking I have bombs. Like it changed everything.
Well, yeah. Well, also he had to do it because if Americans weren't going to do it, Russians were already on the way
No,
to doing it.
I know. Like if it wasn't him, it was gonna be someone
Of
else.
course, it was going to get created one day or another.
It was gonna get created
It
one
was
day or
gonna
another.
get-
Yeah.
Just he's the guy who created it.
Yeah,
He's the
yeah.
first one to do it.
It was gonna get created or whatever. Yeah,
It's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, the movie, like I said, amazing.
yeah it was a
Like-
good movie. Yeah.